Welcome to Week 8 podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sam, and we have Rob with us, as always. And we have a special guest today, Nolan from El Oso Verde. How's it going, Nolan?
It's going good. How's it going for you, Sam?
It's going all right. Of course it's going good for you. You're like 5-1, man. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Rob, how's it going with you?
Move on, Sam.
You're okay, man. 3-3. You're okay. You're okay. Hey, speaking of records, let's I think this week let's start off talking about the standings. Let's go into Conference 1, Worth, and of course El Oso Verde, number 1, 5-1 at 861 points. You know, Rob, at 862, you're doing fairly good. You're just having bad matchups. Yeah, 3-3.
Oh, there ain't no bad matchups. I just started 0-2, man, and I flatlined last week. Gangrene's around, but we'll see. You know, as we go through these things, before we get too far in here, I'd just like to point out that, man, it's like most seasons outside of the NBA, this thing's just, you know, it's too fast. We're already 60% of the way through, man.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, it's like baseball came and went. The NBA went on and on and on. So I wish we had about 4 more weeks like we normally do, but there we go. Yeah, then you got what, Brady Ferrant and Kells down there, huh?
Kells, yep. And then the other conference, Autumn Wind, 4-2, Bag in the Bat, and Ninja Assassin are both 3-3, and Bruin Maniacs 2-4.
Man, you guys got your conference point-wise, no question about it there. You know, I mean, I'm coming here at 862, and in your division, I'm running in fourth. And, Nolan and I both are running in fourth down there. We just have a couple, you know, Brady Ferrant and Kells over there. So that thing's still wide open.
Yes. So we'll see how that goes. Let's talk about the next conference, Conference 2, the Heart Foundation, 4-2, Big Revis 4-2, High Rollers 3-3, and Degenerate Bastard 2-4.
Well, first thing I'd say, there's another conference, and second thing I would say is, yeah, that's it. Wow, look at Heart Foundation and Big Revis. Talk about 1 point difference on our side, man. That's I mean, 930, 929. We got a race there. Woo! Mm-hmm. And that's not only for the division, that's for highest score. Maybe we need to put in an award for, you know, the bad beat of the division.
Just division. And then let's look at the water division. Straight LA Kings 3-3, Twister 3-3, Savs 3-3, and then Wolfpack 2-4. So that's wide open too.
Oh yeah. They just, you know, like everybody this year, you just you never know from week to week. But it's yeah, man. I mean, you know what? This is what we want. We want basically everybody in it, you know, as we approach the ending, which is coming way too soon, as I mentioned. But you know, there's a couple teams eyeballing throughout the league that are probably on have a very steep trajectory. But for the most part, I think, yeah, I mean, the wild card's still wide open. All right.
Yep. And okay.
Man, I think, dude, I just want to say that Heart Foundation, Big Revis, you know, again, with the split conferences, I'm not paying that much attention to that other side, nor are they paying much attention to our side, I'm sure. But, man, that's some good stuff right there. 930, 929. Damn. All right, let's roll, Sam.
Let's talk about our first matchup: Gangrene versus El Oso Verde.
Way to build up the drama, Sam, because you know, which is about right in this game. There was no drama. Nolan, it's all you.
Well, it was pretty easy sailing all weekend. It was fun to listen to him complain about Jonathan Taylor. Quarterbacks put up a good fight, but outside of that, nothing really. And I just want to point out my Philadelphia Eagles did amazing this weekend on Sunday Night Football too.
Yeah,
the ones that I just picked up.
Yeah, I mean your whole team showed up. I mean Kareem Hunt, of course, off, you know, and I don't know who Boston Scott is, but but besides that, I mean, yeah, your team overall did very well. And Rob, I mean, it's either hit or miss. I mean, it's either home run or not with your receivers there, you know?
Oh, well, when you play with receivers, that's what you expect, man. I mean, basically the rule. I knew the second I started Tyler Lockett, who had 140 points a week before. He's going to be worth 4 this week. I overestimated his performance, though. But you hardly ever get 2 weeks in a row out of a receiver unless that receiver's name is I don't know, Randy Moss or the occasional Antonio Brown back in the day, maybe at the end of the season. But you play with receivers, you go big, you go small.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I got to the 100-point mark, man. I got to the century mark. That's all I cared about. That was a big deal to me, man. Let me tell you.
At that point. At that point. So, all right.
And also, just a comment here on Nolan saying Jonathan Taylor is garbage. Dude, just total garbage. So 41 points. I think the guy touched the ball twice. So, a big theme we have around this house here is I let Nolan know on a regular basis. Good in college doesn't mean shit. And so here's another guy. Good in college. There we go. So, all right. Moving on, Sam.
All right. Let's go to the next matchup. Brady for Rent versus Kels. They're both 100 points. I don't think we'll spend too much time on it, Rob.
I'll defer to Nolan here.
It was
exactly
pretty amazing. Very high-scoring game here. Patrick they both just had 2 big hitters out of their quarterbacks and nothing else. That's about it.
That's some bullshit, Nolan. Jared Goff was not a big hitter this week.
He had Russell Wilson.
I don't care. Jared Goff. Let's talk about Jared Goff. Let's just focus in on Jared Goff. What the hell was that on Sunday, man?
That was Miami's defense stepping up.
Oh yeah, Miami's defense stepping up. Yeah. It's they're notorious for their their steel curtain out there in Miami, right? God, man, that's one of the worst performances I've seen. And I'm not a fan of Jared Goff, dude. This guy, it's the only thing I'll say about Jared Goff in that game is, afterwards in the press conference, and he's got a lot of practice if this is the problem. He was accountable saying it was his fault today. He just wasn't good enough. But, I mean, at this point, it's like the 17th time I've seen that press conference where Jared Goff says, I just wasn't good enough today. Which just tells you at this point, Jared Goff's just not good enough, right?
Him and Cam Newton, they say the same thing.
Who's that?
Cam Newton.
Same
thing, like you said. Yeah, poor Cam. It's the same thing. Not good enough, But anyways, but yeah.
How about, dude? You're talking about my wide receivers earlier. I mean, how about Kells, man? What is this? That's 5 points. That's why Hilton, C.D. Lamb, and Darren Waller, dude. That's 5, man. A.J. Brown gets some 10, but my God. Yeah. Oh, this dude. Okay, moving on, Sam. I can't deal with things like this, man.
Let's move on. All right. Next matchup. Autumn Wind versus Bruins Maniac. Here we go. 163 to 130. And Dalvin Cook, 74 points. Is that the season high so far for an individual performer? That's got to be, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, and I got to give it up for our unofficial historian over there, Michael, who's not on this week. But he had it 74, and I think it was 95. Was it out of
Derrick Henry a couple years ago?
We were debating back in 2003, and he was trying to compare that to the Walter Johnson era of baseball versus the current day. But as you pointed out, somebody did not start Derrick Henry in that game. Dalvin Cook, man, that was too easy.
Yeah,
and he also had Zeke. No.
But hey, look at DK Metcalf, Rob. That's where all your Seattle receiver points went to, right there.
Yeah, but no. Let's go back to Zeke, man. I mean, he was almost 9% as good as Dalvin Cook was last week, man. And the way he was playing in the freaking Wildcat, dude, that was beautiful, baby. I hate that team, and it just amuses the hell out of me.
Yeah.
For the Maniacs, flip side, Lamar Jackson. That was an awful game by Lamar Jackson.
He's hit or miss a lot.
And he misses a lot, dude. Anytime he's got to throw the ball, he misses, man. I mean, it's like throwing 57% of today's NFL. That's like dude, it's like the relief pitcher that comes in and walks the bases full. Right? It's
especially in big
painful.
games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kelsey did fine for him. Derrick Henry, there you go. But no, 163, 130.
Yeah, Metcalf. Yeah, Otto's got a good team here, man. And
Yeah, he
it's.
does.
I mean, he's dangerous. He's going to have to do something about Carson Wentz out there, though, and Deshaun Watson. That's not getting it done in the long run. Carson Wentz. I'm giving Ezekiel Elliott trash. Seriously, that game lived up to the hype on Sunday night. That has to be one of the worst football games I've watched in 15 years, dude. I mean, it was just terrible. The Dallas quarterback was actually running backwards out of bounds at times. It was terrible. He was just clearly afraid to play. But Carson Wentz, not to be lost in that Dallas defense is a sieve, and it just, dude, I mean, 4 turnovers. This is just not okay, man. it's not okay.
Yeah, that was bad.
Ben DiNucci out had more yards than him.
Really?
Yeah, Ben DiNucci had more passing yards than Carson Wentz.
I believe you. D. Cooper Cup had more passing yards. He's just the first name I saw out there. Kenny Galladay's out for Bird Maniacs. It's probably going to be a season ender. Moving on.
Let's go to the next matchup: Ninja Assassin versus the Bag or the Bat. Respectable 136 to 119. He made it a lot closer than I thought going into Monday night, but like I told Tay, I was like, dude, it's too much Patrick Mahomes, and he replied back, he goes, dude, they're throwing the ball when they don't have to throw the ball, but he has to earn that $500 million, Rob,
Well, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. That game, that was just like catnip, man. I mean, it's got to be the most uninteresting 64-point game I've ever seen. I mean, he's just like dropping bombs all over the field, So I mean, come on, Sam. This is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. I mean, you're talking to a couple Chiefs fans here. This guy's a deity, dude. No?
I think all of Patrick Mahomes' touchdowns were over 30 yards, so that helped.
Yeah, 64 is pretty nasty. Tay had some good moments in there, but he had a lot of contributions from everybody out there. He just didn't have a big hitter, and you're right, it's just too much Patrick Mahomes. And Sam, I give you credit. You ran T. Higgins out there this weekend, so that's the first and last time we'll ever see T. Higgins ran out there in fantasy football in the history of fantasy football.
Hey, I ran him last week. Hey. I'm going to have AB next week, okay? T. Higgins will be gone for AB, all right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a game changer, Sam. So it's one thing I think that's funny about this game, and the Niners against Seattle's not exactly a great start, but I mean it is a better start than Dallas any weekend. Dallas blew it up on defense this week, man.
Rob, it's trash. I mean, free agency out there is just trash right now for defense. I mean,
it's agonizing, man.
I'm looking at the list. I'm like, come on.
Okay, you're going to mention free agency. My favorite thing is, you just go to year-to-date points and sort by that, and you go and look at quarterbacks. Dak Prescott still got the most points of anybody available. This guy's been injured for 3 weeks, dude. It's ridiculous, man. And it's not even, it's by a wide-ass margin. He's got about 40 points over, I don't know. Just throw in, Matt Stafford or whoever there, It's just out of control. Good game, man. That's a big game, I know, for you taking out Tay like that. He's struggling this year, man.
Yeah.
And, the good news for Tay, though, is as it gets colder and blizzard-like conditions in Buffalo, Josh Allen's numbers should just pick up. And the same thing with Cincinnati. So, anyway, moving on, Sam.
Let's go to the other conference, the Hart Foundation versus High Rollers, 114 to 140.
Before we do that, I'd like to caveat that with I can talk shit about Tay's team because I don't have to play him again the rest of the year, so thank you very much. All right, Sam, so who are we talking about?
The Hart Foundation versus High Rollers.
Nolan?
This game wasn't very exciting, but some bad quarterbacks rolled out here. Derek Carr and Ryan Tannehill. And Cody ran out my dad's two favorite players in the league, Zeke Elliott and Jonathan Taylor, and he ended up losing because of that.
Really?
It's like
Rob,
it's like two horns of Satan right there, man.
What's
Let me tell you.
what's the percent efficiency on the Heart Foundation, Rob?
Well, the Heart Foundation actually did pretty good. He came in at 94.2.
Oh,
I mean, he did leave. I mean, he left, Chase Edmonds on the bench there, and he had Jamal Williams. Yeah, my two favorites. It's, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. High rollers, that's a big game. Man, he had a nice week. James Conner, Josh Higgins, Devontae. No one loves Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
He's been good.
Travis Kelce. Yeah. It's pretty good. Actually, Cody, I mean, if there's anything, it's kind of like having more hits in baseball. Cody's efficiency rating was 0.9% higher than high rollers, who made the dramatic mistake of leaving Jarrett McKinnon on the bench.
Oh.
No, that wouldn't be it. Ryan Suckup. That's where he screwed up, dude. This is just poor kicker management, bro. I mean, I refuse to talk about this game any longer. High rollers. Poor kicker management. I'm not dealing with this shit. Let's move on, Sam.
Let's move on. Degenerate Bastard, 92 to Big Grievous, 136. Why are you laughing already?
Well, I'm laughing at my own joke, to be honest with you.
Okay. Okay, you weren't laughing at Degenerate Bastard score as I said it, right? Okay.
No. This is Degenerate Bastard's Big Grievous, right?
Yes.
All right, so much like the same fate I lived up to the week before. I mean, dude, you just go big or you go small. But poor Michael had like a 120-point difference week to week. I mean, it's like maybe we should just have our own large margin of scoring against ourselves, right?
Yeah, from what you did before. Yeah.
God, man. I mean, I think I beat myself from last week more than I beat freaking whoever I was playing. This is just ridiculous, man. I got nothing to say about this team, even though Herbert's still the real deal, man. Bridgewater, dude. I mean, you're gonna have to be better at Bridgewater at this point, right? That was an ugly game. I know it was sprinkling, and he got concussed, but Big Revis, man. Look at that shit. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. That's got to make you feel pretty good about everything right now, right?
Yeah. That's not too bad.
Oh my God! Okay, Sam, you really hit that on that nail on the head. It's not too bad, man. You got the guy with like 9 freaking Hall of Famers that he's throwing the ball to right now, and the greatest quarterback playing today, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I'm Mark. I'm feeling pretty good, and that is even with Todd Gurley being confused about the rules of football, man.
Hey, as a Chiefs fan, what happened with Clyde's over there? Is what's his name taking up all his carries?
No, he ran the ball 7 times. Didn't you just say he was like dropping bombs out of the air?
It was just Patrick Mahomes all game long.
That's why Tay was so upset. Why are they throwing still?
I would like to point this out. Oh, who the hell is Rashard Higgins?
Probably just their new number 2 out there in Cleveland since Odell tore his ACL.
And who's the number 1? No, Nolan. Who's the number 1?
Jarvis Landry.
Is he? I have
Jarvis Landry.
I have Jarvis. Is he really the number 1?
I don't know. Baker Mayfield didn't show up on Sunday.
No, never. Baker didn't show. It was windy.
It was raining, right? It was raining, right?
No, it was rainy and windy. Oh, it was sleet. We had to look up what sleet was so I could describe it to the kids.
Oh, yeah, California.
It's like, we don't ever see no sleet here. We call it hail, and even then when it hails here, it's like 80 degrees outside. Yeah, that's Baker, man. He's available, by the way, on that waiver wire.
Oh, get him. Get him. Okay.
The mistake by the lake, man.
Let's go to our next matchup. Straight LA Kings versus Wolfpack. Boy, Wolfpack showed up 218. Now, Straight LA Kings, 150 points beat you, will get you a win most times, but he went up against a juggernaut. That is the Wolfpack.
100% roster efficiency out of Straight LA Kings.
Woo. And Wolfpack's not at 100 either? He can do better? Wow.
99.1. 99.1.
Oh man.
Fucking Tyler Lockett, man. You should have run Darius Slayton out there.
Should have ran Darius Slayton over Tyler Lockett. That was sweating for his season high score though on Sunday night, going up against Carson Wentz and Travis Fulgham. And it just didn't seem like there was anything to sweat about.
Well, once we realized that Carson Wentz is like the biggest like one-hit wonder ever out of North Dakota, and I challenge anybody to find like an actual band that made a one-hit wonder out of North Dakota or South Dakota for that matter. And I'll even throw Montana in. You know, if you want to move on down into Iowa, I don't know, but anyway, yeah, no, Wolfpack blew it up this week, dude. But you know, Carson Wentz, I'm sure he thought he was coming for me, man, and I thought he was coming for me, but. You know, it was, not to be. I do wonder, though, that's got to be, that 160, that's up there, man. I'll have to check that on the, was it 150? Yeah, I probably won't get it done. But that's not quite bad beat territory, but it's in the area. I don't know if we have anything better. Straight LA Kings team, okay, so, David, you give McCaffrey back this weekend against the Chiefs. That's like an extra piece of birthday cake. Finally, you know, you're like, it's like when you turn 47, everybody's like, yeah, who cares? And you go, but I get an extra piece of birthday cake. Everything's good. Okay, so we're finally getting McCaffrey back, and he's going to be pretty good, right? So, Sam, you're not 47 yet, but trust me, when you turn 47, nobody cares. Okay,
hold on.
So
McCaffrey's going to play before Michael Thomas plays. Come on, man. Dude, I drafted Michael Thomas second round, and he hasn't played yet. He hasn't even played yet. Oh, man.
Oh, just be happy you didn't draft McCaffrey first round and Michael Thomas second round. You'd be like, damn, dude, I could have literally taken I could have been up there with High Rollers kicker management. I could have put him in this spot. So his team's all over the place, man. Straight LA, he's got some hitters. Like, this guy could win the championship. I swear, it looks good. Yeah. I mean, look at this shit. Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley, 150. That's pretty good. But, you know, he got 43 out of Metcalf and, 13 out of Evans, and it was okay. Kareem Hunt didn't look that good, but whatever. Mike Davis is going to if only he could find another Carolina running back to replace Mike Davis with. Wolfpack, dude. I'm a little surprised Wolfpack had 200 points in him. I mean, let's be real. This is not a 200-point team, man. I mean, it's just not. I mean, he's got Giovanni Bernard and Carson Wentz and Dalvin Cook, actually didn't get hurt for an entire game. It was amazing, man. Travis effing Fulgham? Give me a break, man. Fulgham? This is 213 points, man. It's not a 200-point team. No. Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
I mean, it scored 218 points.
Yeah, well, the Bengals won a game, too. So, it's... All right, go on, Sam.
Let's go to our final matchup, Savs versus Sisted Twisters, 84 points. Scott, what's wrong, Scott? What's wrong with Scott's team, Rob?
Well, he was really upset about that call at the end of the Eagles game. And I cracked my ass. I laughed harder than anything. I said, yeah, that 83 points you were pumping up there was it was really stretching in the bad beat territory there, bro. I mean, he's bitching about some non-call late in the game or some weird turnover. I can't even really remember it. And it's, and there's just, like, I don't think that's what's doing you in here, bro. And then he comes in there, Ronald Jones fumbles the ball in the first.
And then right away,
play of the game. God.
Got on the shit list.
He's got Derrick Henry, God bless him. So, Savs is just, he managed to scrape a team together to play this week. He actually, here you go, Jermichael Hasty. And 12 fucking points of that. That's the greatest pickup in the history. That's the greatest pickup in the history of this league, man. I mean, dude, I got to give Savs credit. He's just trying, man. He's staying competitive. He's rolling it out there. But Lord Almighty, look at that mess. It's just... It was good enough to beat Sister Twister in his 84. I'm laughing now, man.
and Nolan looks like he had the same defense you did too. So he picked him up the same way you did. Wait. Did you copy his pickup?
No, I was right off the bat, like at 12 o'clock with that one.
Oh, whoa. There we go.
Dude, let me tell you, man. Vin DiNucci, this is some brilliant moves by Sams and Nolan here, right there. They're going out there and you're going to find the Cowboys who are literally going to run a guy out there with a weak mustache who literally was running out of bounds. I think it was a good pickup, guys. Good job.
That's good.
Was that the difference in that game? It was, man. I mean, take 5 points off there. He could have run the Seahawks out there and still beat Scott in his miraculous 84 points. God. Yeah. Rodrigo Blankenship was as good as Ronald Jones, and the Titans were only twice good. Anyway, so sucks to be Scott. Moving on.
And that's our podcast for today, folks. Don't forget to Venmo the commissioner your dues. Nolan, thanks a lot for joining us. You're 5-1. Feels good to be in first place, right?
Yes, my pleasure.
No. Seriously, like every year so far, Rob, Nolan has put up a good team. You know what I mean? That he's been in there. I can't fault him. I can't knock him on him anything about his fantasy team. I'm telling you, Rob.
Well, as I always point out, acrobats, they come in families. So, deal with the fantasy here. I'm a little disappointed to lose this week, but I was, I got another shot at them this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
Mm.
Yeah, we're always still in it. We're still in it. Maybe next week we'll talk about standings and possible playoffs. You know what I mean? So playoffs. I think it's time to talk about playoffs. Nolan's too young to know what that is, Rob.
That's the old Giants or Cowboys coach, right?
Indy coach.
No,
well, he was he said that at Indy, right? When he was with Indy.
No, it was with the Saints, if I'm not mistaken, but you're correct. That he did coach at Indy. I can't think of the guy's name, but
anyways,
I think his son's a coach in football now, but
yeah,
he's anyway.
Anyways, all right.
All right, Sam. Thank you,
folks,
sir.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week when I talk about how good my AB pick was and how much he blew up. Okay, so we'll talk about that next week. Oh
man. Dude, that's a leader if I've ever heard one. Pins and needles, Sam. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you, Nolan.
Later.
Good luck, everybody.